Yes, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Wrestle News 365. Hope everyone is doing very well. We are here for a SmackDown, yes, Friday night SmackDown watch-along live stream because the road to WrestleMania continues. The road to WrestleMania is continuing, and it means we're going through Europe. Yes, because for the next... really the rest of this month, we are seeing Raws and SmackDowns live from Europe. So this evening, SmackDown emanates from Barcelona in Spain. Monday on Raw, it's from Brussels in Belgium. Next Friday, I forget where it is. But because this is a good time for yours truly, that means, of course, we can do streams, we can do watch-alongs, we can do post-shows, and that is exactly what we are going to do for the next month or so. Certainly, as we get closer to WrestleMania, of course, did a watch-along, a live stream Monday night for Raw from Madison Square Garden, which was a lot of fun. CM Punk versus Seth Rollins inside of a steel cage. And now the watch-alongs, the post-shows continue. So be sure to smash a like on the like button. Be sure to subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. This is going to be a lot of fun. The event kicks off in Spain in about 13 minutes' time. For people in the United States, you will not be able to watch live because it's still going to be airing in its usual time slot of 8 p.m. Eastern on the USA Network. But what you do have the possibility of is you can get a VPN. If you get a VPN, if you're watching internationally around the world, depending on the region, you can watch the show live on Netflix along with yours truly. If you are in the United States, you go, you know what? I want to try and avoid these spoilers. I want to try and, not I just want to watch it, get it out of the way kind of thing, so I don't have to wait till this evening and then be spoiled and what have you. Get a VPN. You can get a VPN, and with that, you can watch SmackDown live with everyone at the same time internationally. As far as what's on tap for this evening on tonight's episode of Friday Night SmackDown from Barcelona in Spain, and I'm going to say it like that every single time I do it. We've got a Miz TV segment. Oh, gripping stuff, I know. We've got a Miz TV segment in which the American Nightmare, the undisputed WWE champion himself, Cody Rhodes, will be on the show. He'll be a guest on the show. He's going to be asked the hard-hitting questions by the A-lister, talking about what's going on with John Cena. Cena, of course, set to appear Monday night on Raw from Brussels, Belgium, for the first time since Elimination Chamber. Heel John Cena, new presentation John Cena, no longer bold John Cena. I don't know if you guys have seen those pictures today. Cena sporting hair, he's got the big bald spot at the back of the head, like me. He's got somehow it's growing back. I don't know if he's got hair transplant, or got sprayed on. I don't know how it's happened, but John Cena's got hair again, which is pretty remarkable stuff, to say the least. Very remarkable stuff. So, obviously, Cody's going to be asked about that. It's a 3-hour show as well, SmackDown. So if he's, I wouldn't be shocked if he wrestles because he's Cody, so I wouldn't be shocked if that happens. We're going to see Charlotte Flair in in-ring competition this evening, folks. The winner of the 2025 Women's Royal Rumble will face B-Fab. She'll beat B-Fab as well. There is no chance in a million years the person who is going to be challenging for the Women's Championship at WrestleMania against Tiffany Stratton loses against B-Fab. That's just not going to happen, is it? So, yes, I don't think we have to particularly worry too much about Charlotte Flair losing. But again, you never know. Anything's possible. Maybe Tiffany Stratton gets involved. Of course, Charlotte Flair did attack her last week. That's actually very, very true and possible. We're also going to see the return to in-ring competition of the Viper, Randy Orton. Yes, the Apex Predator will be going one-on-one with Carmelo Hayes. Randy Orton's first match since returning to WWE television at Elimination Chamber. He looks set for a collision course with Kevin Owens at WrestleMania. Maybe Kevin Owens will get involved tonight in Barcelona. We'll have to wait and see. But it's going to be Orton versus Hayes this evening, which should be a fantastic match. Again, Randy Orton's going to win. Randy was going to win the match, but still, that should be a good one. Big Carmelo Hayes fan. And of course, Randy Orton is one of the greatest of all time. So that should be a fantastic match this evening. And we've also got title action. The WWE Tag Team Championships are indeed going to be on the line. DIY, Tommaso Ciampa, Johnny Gargano defend against the Street Profits. If you watched SmackDown last week, you would have seen Nick Aldis highlighting the chaos that's been going on in the tag team division in WWE on SmackDown. whether it's how DIY won the championships, how they turned heel, the Motor City Machine Gun being involved in that, winning the titles in their third match, then dropping them to DIY after Johnny Gargano turned on his former mentor, Alex Shelley. You've got Street Profits in there. They were attacked by Pretty Deadly, but then actually Pretty Deadly were told to attack them by DIY. Pretty Deadly are also the number one contenders for the tag team championships, by the way. They won the right to challenge for the titles last week on SmackDown. So it's all going on in the tag team division on SmackDown. So that's something to watch. And maybe, you never know, we could get tag team champions, new tag team champions with that going on as well. So that's what's on tap for SmackDown this evening. As I mentioned, though, SmackDown is a 3-hour show. I think on Netflix, it won't be 3 hours because I would assume they'll just do it all the way through. Well, maybe actually no. Maybe it might be 3 hours. I mean, when you watch Raw live on Netflix in the UK, they do have the commercial breaks, but they're not really commercial breaks. You know, that's basically what happens. You know, they go, right, we're going to commercial, and then Netflix pops up, goes, 3 minutes, and they'll just carry on doing the match. So maybe this actually will be 3 hours. Maybe I'm wrong in that regard. Maybe it actually will be 3 hours long. So we're going to be here for the whole time, you know. So be sure to get involved. Click the like button. You can watch along with us. Be sure to smash the like on the like button if you haven't already. As people file in, probably people going, SmackDown. What's going on with SmackDown? What's happening with SmackDown? Big up Lee's already in the chat. People getting ready. It feels very strange. This always feels very odd and very weird, to be honest with you, when we have these we have these international Raws and SmackDowns now that are at like a palatable time for people over here in Europe or around the world. I'm just not used to it. I'm used to watching professional wrestling with it being a ridiculous time in the morning, it being dark outside, me having drank 2 energy drinks to keep my eyes open and also have the ability to talk and try my very best to entertain an audience. So to watch it in prime time at a good time and not be physically, mentally, and emotionally exhausted, it is a nice change of pace, I must say. So hopefully the show rewards that. But I'll also be honest with you, actually, with SmackDown recently, it's very much for me gone back to being the B show. Whilst it was on Fox, it became the A show, didn't it? You know, Raw was on USA, less eyeballs. It was still the flagship, but Fox got the big ratings. SmackDown got the big ratings. That's why Roman Reigns was on that show, particularly in 2023 and 2024, but particularly 2023 with the Bloodline stuff going on. Ooh. 2023 into early 2024, they were doing big numbers on Fox. I mean, big numbers. For WWE nowadays, big numbers on Fox. And it was the A show. And obviously, when that changed, obviously the viewership and the ratings are down once they moved to USA. It was inevitable. Less people watched USA than they watched Fox. So I don't see that as much of a dunk on WWE or anything like that. But some of the writing of the writing on the shows recently, I know there's been a lot about Road Dogg becoming the co-lead writer for this show. It's just not been amazing. There have been some episodes of SmackDown, particularly I think as well since the move to 3 hours, the quality has dipped of this show, no doubt about it. Whereas Raw, it's got the star power. It feels like a big event every week because it's on Netflix. It's not 3 hours anymore. It's usually about 2.5-ish, 2 to 2.5 hours. Flows pretty well. It's just a better show. It feels edgier. Somehow it feels more live than SmackDown, even though they're both live. I can't really explain, but it just feels like that's the show now, and SmackDown's not. I'm really interested to see what happens to SmackDown after WrestleMania when we get the draft, because let's face it, I know they did this transfer portal thing recently where they got some stars across, but Cody Rhodes, I'd be flabbergasted if Cody Rhodes doesn't go to Raw in the drafts, because he's the face of WWE, so I don't see how he wouldn't. So I'm interested to see what happens there. Who else could go to Raw? I mean, to be fair, I wouldn't be shocked if Randy Orton stayed on SmackDown, maybe. But it feels like they're building eventually to a Randy Orton-Cody Rhodes feud. Like whenever they want to pull that trigger on Orton turning on Cody, they can. So that's something to consider, I suppose. But no, to be fair, it's actually quite difficult to map out what's going to happen post WrestleMania with the draft, with Cody, with others, because John Cena. I never really considered the possibility of, prior to the heel turn, I thought, I don't think Cena will win at WrestleMania. I thought he'll put over Cody. It's a big spot. But then after he turned heel, there's something in me now. I'm just like, Cena's going to win. I'd be more surprised if he didn't at this point. I'd be more shocked if John Cena doesn't win his 17th World Championship at WrestleMania. I think John Cena wins. And for the majority of his final year, because this is retirement year, but majority of his final year, I think I would assume that he holds the title, he has this heel run, and then right towards the end of the year, he'll revert back to babyface John Cena, then he'll retire. I think that's the direction that they're going in. And because of that, and I think he'll probably lose to Cody at some point again, give him the title back. But I think he wins at WrestleMania, you know. I think that's what's going to happen. Big up to Lil Yo-Yo. He's in the chat. He says, I finally caught you live on the channel. Yes, I know. At a normal time, this channel operating at a normal time for me is magnifique. Daniel Luciano says, keep hitting the like button, peeps. Big up to you. Big up, Daniel Luciano. Appreciate you. And Lil Yo-Yo also says, give Cena the belt and make a new star that beats him. I don't know who that new star, Bron Breakker. Hey, I did a video yesterday, actually, saying about heel opponents for Cena. I won't do a huge spoiler on that video, but Bron Breakker was one of them that I thought I'd like to see heel John Cena go up against Bron Breakker. I think that's a money match. And the good thing with the Bron Breakker character is that he's not a babyface or a heel. He's just Bron Breakker. It depends really actually who he's facing. If he's facing a heel, he's a babyface. If he's facing a babyface, he'll be a heel. He's that sort of tweener character, which I think is good. So I think we could see a Bron versus Cena match. But at the same time, I think if Bron Breakker does face John Cena, I think Bron Breakker will probably snap him in half. I mean, the guy's an animal. Legitimately a full-blown animal. As far as other first times, I'd like to see Cena versus Jacob Fatu. I want to see Cena versus Jacob Fatu because one of, I think, the most underrated John Cena matches of all time and not spoken about enough when it comes to John Cena matches is John Cena versus Umaga, Royal Rumble 2007, Last Man Standing. That match is brilliant. Umaga's undefeated streak had just come to an end at the beginning of the year, actually, because New Year's Revolution used to happen right at the start of the year, so the beginning of 2007. He beat Umaga, undefeated streak over, with a bit of like a roll-up. He got his knees up when he was doing the charge in the corner, got his knees up, roll up, 1, 2, 3. And they had, but you got lucky that one. You won't be able to beat Umaga last man standing, Royal Rumble. That match was brutal. It was violent. He won by removing a rope, wrapping it around Umaga's neck, and choking him out. Both guys, I think, are bleeding in it. It's a classic match. So, and Jacob Fatu is probably the person that reminds me the most of Umaga. But also, he's much more modern. You know, the problem is with Umaga is, of course, they had the inability to cut a promo because he was this Samoan savage. Even though eventually, right at the end of his run, I mean, like a couple weeks before he was released, he had started cutting promos in English. Which felt so weird with the character, but he did. And then, of course, he was released not long after he lost a strap match against CM Punk at Extreme Rules 2009. So that was kind of the end of him. But I think Jacob Fatu versus Cena, I'd like to see that match. I'd be excited to see that one. Right, the live event starts in nearly 40 seconds, according to my Netflix, which is exciting. I'm going to whack up my volume, get fully immersed in this. I tell you what did tickle me earlier on is I saw some people on social media, I think from America, and they were like, if you're watching this live internationally, no spoilers on social media. Just avoid it. And naturally, all of the international fans were like, you're taking the piss. Every week we have to stay up late, and every week we have to all, not go on social media in the morning. If you haven't watched a thing live, the worst thing you can do in the morning, if you want to watch it, still be surprised to go on social media. You can't go on social media till you've watched it. So just for a few weeks, you just go, look, here's what it is. It's all right. You just got to deal with it. Just avoid socials. Not a problem. Because it's not, if the event's already happened, this is my point of view on it. If the event's already happened, that's not a spoiler. If it's happened and it's out there and you've live tweeted it or you've live reacted to it, There's no spoiler there. You can't. I don't think that's fair to say that that's a spoiler because it's not. It's happened. It's out there. We're getting there now forever. Now. Forever. Together. Boom, boom, boom. Very dramatic, isn't it? And there we go. Joe Tessitore is in Barcelona. Look at that. Look at the views. Look at the views in Barcelona. And I tell you what, the crowd is going to be wild this evening, folks. Wild. We've already got chants of ole, 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 ole. It's raining in Spain. The rain in Spain fell mainly on, I don't know, here comes the rain. Look at that. The crowd is rocking, to say the least. Yeah, they are rocking in Barcelona. There's the American Nightmare. The undisputed WWE champion arrives at the venue. Look, he's got a nice little dressing room there. Oh, from Monday Night Raw, the World Heavyweight Champion Gunther. The dark match tonight is Gunther versus someone. Who is it? I forget who it is. I'm not even sure. The Viper. He was there with his wife, lovely Kim. Yes, Randy Orton ready. Here's the reaction. The Street Profits. Oh, look at Angelo Dawkins. He's wearing a Real Madrid shirt. I tell you what, you wearing a Real Madrid shirt in Barcelona? That's risky. Very, very risky. Although I did see someone in the crowd with an Atletico shirt on. Uh-oh. Paul Heyman, he's got a football with him. Why is Paul E got a football? What I really like with Joe Tessitore is he's got a very unique voice. It's different to what we're used to in pro wrestling. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the new United States champion. We're going to get an LA Knight. Yeah. I tell you what, I so wish I could play my soundboard, but my soundboard's broken at the moment. Doesn't work. But here comes the United States champion. That guy's going crazy. That guy was going nuts. Joe Blue says, this is weird. I'm in America, and I can't even watch SmackDown yet. LOL, I'm out. Get a VPN. Go Blue. Go get a VPN. You could probably get a free trial from somewhere. And you can watch international Netflix. You can watch it there and join us. AJ Styles versus Gunther. That's the dark match main event. You're right, yeah. And big up Terry. Good evening, Terry, one of our members. You can join the WN365 roster. Click the join button. Oh, it's also pinned in the chat. As we see last Friday, LA Knight, of course, defeated Shinsuke Nakamura, a BFT to a steel chair, won the United States Championship for a second time in his career. LA Knight, the new US champion. Hey, Knight. Just as popular as he's ever been, to be fair, isn't he? Just as popular as ever. It was quite refreshing as well to see. The heat that was there between LA Knights and Drew McIntyre. God, look at this crowd. This is why they're in Europe at the moment. This crowd is nuts. For what is, I'm telling you, is going to be a mid to average episode of SmackDown, and the crowd are going to love it because they're never in Spain. You know what I mean? That's what it's going to be. Oh my God. This crowd is on fire. This is insane. Look, they're bouncing. Oof. I mean, you knew what to expect. This is what it was like last time they were in Europe. This is what they do. This is these European crowds, man. They are something else. He's going to struggle to get a promo out. He will. He'll struggle to get a promo out. It's going to be that popular. I'm telling you. God. LA Knight, you're going to struggle. You're going to struggle to cut a promo, my friend. The guy who loves to talk, he's not going to be able to. He said, yeah. He said, yeah. He said, yeah. Los Toros. Oh, bit of a boo. It says right now they're making history. The first SmackDown in Barcelona. Yeah. Yeah. Oh my God, this crowd is going nuts. Absolutely nuts. Yeah, my word. He says the first SmackDown in Spain, and he might be the US champion, but he says he's worldwide. Crowd are chanting, "You deserve it." LA Knight. Yeah. Oh, this is interesting. He is being interrupted by Jimmy Uso. Isn't this interesting? Yeah. My word. US Championship back with the megastar. He says he's out here to say that he's desperate. Only way to start the road to WrestleMania is to challenge. He's gonna challenge for the US tag titles. Oh wow. Well, I think someone else has an idea. It's going to be Solo Sikoa and the Bloodline. Here come the Bloodline. And if there's anyone that deserves a US title shot, it should be Jacob Fatu. I can get behind that, to be fair. Jacob Fatu is US champion. I like the sound of that. Big brother Jimmy. You forget that they're brothers, don't you? What was that? Did he make a mistake? The failure couldn't talk. Biggest failure was trust him as a little brother. And says, lost the Ulafala to the OTC. I reckon we're going to get a tag team match. It probably looks like. Oh, no. Oh. Here we go. The Bloodline are attacking LA Knight. Oh, no. Here comes the monster of all monsters. Oh, on the right hand. A big uppercut to Jacob Fatu. Forearm to Solo Sikoa and just kicks to the gut as well. I got Braun Strowman go. Back in comes Tama Tonga. Big clothesline. Super kick by Jimmy Uso to Solo. And a clothesline. Super kick to Jacob Fatu. And Braun Strowman clotheslines Jacob Fatu over the top rope. There's Nick Aldis. There's the SmackDown general manager. A 6-man tag team match starts right now. So a 6-man tag team match, Solo, Fatu, and Tama Tonga versus Braun Strowman versus Braun Strowman, LA Knight, and Jimmy Uso. As we're currently in commercial. We're currently in commercial break. If you haven't already, click the like button, guys. Be sure to subscribe as well whilst you're at it. It's bottom right-hand corner. As we get closer to 20K, we can do it. We can do it. I believe we can do it. So yes, be sure to click the like button and be sure to subscribe as well if you haven't already. And what did we think of that as an opening segment? I mean, I always, you know what it is, yeah? If you've been watching wrestling long enough, you know what some things are telltale signs. If in a promo segment, every single person comes to the ring wearing their gear, probably it's going to lead to a match. Probably that's going to end up with a match there. It's one of those sort of weird wrestling-isms. It always leads to a match. You know, they come out, I'm going to talk some trash, and I've got my wrists taped. I've got my knee pads on. I've got my gear perfectly gone. I've got my boots tied up. So if anything happens and they come out and they go, hey, this is going to be a match. Occasionally you do see people do this, and it's like a good way of throwing people off. Is they're out there, say someone out there's in a suit or whatever, and then they come out and they go, right, you've got a tag team match next, and they're like, but what? I haven't got my gear on. They're like, doesn't matter if you got your gear on or not. No problem. Nope, not an issue. And then they have to wrestle in, their suit stuff or what have you, and that's always quite interesting. intriguing. But yes, you don't really see that often. As we are, what's that? 35 seconds away from going back to the action in how many times are we going to hear Barcelona in Barcelona, Spain? A 6-man tag team match after the opening segment. As you have these, I mean, pretty interminable sort of waiting screens, don't you? Of going, we'll be right back with some studio shots of WWE superstars. And we're back. Solo Sikoa's in. So is Jimmy Uso. And Solo Sikoa just teeing off on the head of Jimmy Uso. Of course, it's brother versus brother here. The older brother is Jimmy Uso. The younger brother is Solo Sikoa. Got his chops. Now he's up on the middle rope. 3, 3. I mean, my Spanish isn't very good, so I can't really. Oof. And a big right hand sends Jacob Fatu down. An uppercut to Solo. All ducks under. Look at that spinning Solo. Spinning Solo slam by the former North American champion. Go Solo Sikoa. Crowd are chanting FU Solo. I mean, yeah, that's what they do. Oh, Tama Tonga with a straight right hand right to the face of Jimmy Uso while referee Charles Robinson was distracted. Oh, beautiful senton. Look at that, look at that. With the boogeyman shakes of the Samoa werewolf. Hilo over the top rope with yeah from Tama Tonga. When Jacob Fatu does his like weird dance. It's always funny. Jimmy Uso in the corner. Solo Sikoa. Looks like he's going to maybe go for a hip attack. Oof. And Jimmy Uso tried to get up and out of the way. Didn't work out. Look at that. Jimmy Uso is a bit on Dream Street. There's a headbutt by Solo. Back in comes Jacob Fatu. And Fatu with a nerve hold, that is. Getting chance of Jimmy Uso. Oh, turns. And a jumping Enziguri. And Jacob Fatu goes down. In comes LA Knight. Oh, thrown into the corner. Splash moves out the way. Oh, jumping neck breaker. And now he's doing the shakes. Oh. Oh, DDT. Oh, only a 1 count. Oof. Headbutt by Jacob Fatu. There we go. Oh, splash in the corner. LA Knight moves out the way. LA Knight's going to go Top rope elbow drop. Oh, he went for the BFT. Oof. And we're going to another commercial. Another commercial from Jacob Fatu. Are we still watching? Yeah, we are still watching. There you go. There you go, with the watch call it and the thingy. And Tamatonga with his big right hands. And Tamatonga. Ready? Oh, splash. Oof. A stamp onto the fingers, the hands of LA Knight. If you haven't already, click the like button. 1 like away from 30. That's LA Knight trying to fire back. Oh, look at that. Strong Irish whip. Nearly moved the ring. It was a nasty landing. The United States champion is not having the best go of it so far, is he? Crowd chanting for LA Knight. Thrown into the ropes. Big reverse elbow by Solo Sikoa. That's a 2 count. DOS. As Solo Sikoa works over the arm of LA Knight. Tamaton. Oh, look at that. Big clothesline by Tamaton. Grabs the ankle of LA Knight. And then comes the Samoan Werewolf. Just falling headbutt by Jacob Fatu. Another one. Boom. Oof. Another just falling headbutt by Fatu. We go Fatu. Oh, and a hip attack in the corner. Once again with that gyration. Crowd are chanting for Fatu. And in comes Solo Sikoa with the boos. They're going to have a difficult job to keep Jacob Fatu as a heel. Which is why, I mean, it had been rumored, hadn't it, that it was going to be Solo Sikoa versus Jacob Fatu at WrestleMania. Crowd continued to chant FU Solo. Get ready. Oh, hip attack. LA Knight moves out the way. LA Knight's trying to crawl to the corner. But Sikoa cuts him off at the pass. Backdrop, lands on his feet. And LA Knight with a back suplex. Now, LA Knight's got the opportunity to make a tag. Look at Braun Strowman. Braun's knees are so cooked, by the way. Seeing him stumble around the apron. Kicks Tamatonga off. And in comes the monster among men. As a shoulder tackle. Through the middle rope. Big boot. Didn't really connect with all of it. Gonna get ready for the Strowman Express. when he's going to hobble around the ring. Get ready for Braun to hobble around the ring. Here he comes. A boom. And another one. Boom. Look at Fatu. Oh, and Damatonga. And the crowd's going crazy. The running of the bulls, I tell you now. No matador could stop Braun Strowman, I tell you. Oh, drop kick out the corner. And I think Jimmy Uso, he's going to fly too. Get ready for a... Oh my gosh, Jacob Fatu just jumped over the desk. And Strowman splash in the corner. Nearly moved the ring. Gets Tamatonga up. We're going to get that running power slam. Bang. Cover. 1, 2, 3. Well, that's a paint by numbers tag team match, isn't it? I tell you that. Get some heat on the baby faces for a while. Oh, Samoan Spike. Solo Sikoa just hit Braun Strowman with Samoan Spike after the bell. And now LA Knight's attacking Sikoa. And Sikoa can't even get over the barricade. Solo's doing that annoying thing, how he goes over the top rope, which is he starts running and jumps over. Jacob Fatu's still there. Fatu. Oh, super kick to Jimmy. What's he doing here? Jacob Fatu. Oof. Big shoulder tackle. And look at these headbutts. All gas, no brakes. Uh-oh. Look at that. Moonsault by Jacob Fatu. This guy is just ridiculous. Oh, Jacob Fatu once again. Look at that moonsault. That man is very, very dangerous. Look at his eyes. Oh. Oh, he's gonna do it again. He's gonna do it again. A third one. Good grief. And look at him. This guy's insane. Absolute insanity. Fatu just destroying Strowman. I know he's just walking. He's just leaving. And gets a standing ovation. Good grief. Tamatonga's just left Jacob. Oh, he's going back. He's running back. He's going again. Oh my God! He went through the barricades. He just ran back, and with a big sort of elbow, sends Braun Strowman through the barricade at ringside. Good grief! Message sent to the monster. Perfectly put, Joe Tessitore. The baby faces win, and Strowman was the key to victory for his team, but Jacob Fatu's just run him over. Absolutely run him over. What a start to SmackDown. Good grief. That's Jacob Fatu for you. Still to come up, it's B-Fab versus Charlotte Flair. Of course, Jade Cargill and Naomi. Cargill having an interview with Kathy Kelly. An interview coming up next, folks. 2025 Hall of Fame inductee. That's the game. Cerebral Assassin. That's the Cerebral Assassin. If you haven't already, click the like button and be sure to subscribe as well. Bottom right-hand corner. We're currently at 31 likes, so if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe. You know the drill. Big up Andrew in the chat. Says big up home, big up community. Bloom says Heel Cena is going to go nuts with these European crowds. Honestly, I can't wait for Monday. Monday, again, Raw Watch Along, live, Netflix, post-show as well. First appearance of heel John Cena in Belgium on Netflix live. I'm so excited for that. Because I don't know what that heel Cena is going to look like. I know his hair's back. That's all I know. But yeah, genuinely, I cannot wait for that. I'm interested to see what music he comes out to. I'm interested to see. I mean, I don't think The Rock's going to be there. You know, I don't think that's going to happen. But I'm just fascinated to see what the presentation is going to be on Monday. And like I said, we'll be live for that. I think it's the same time. I think it's I think that's 6:45 GMT. I don't know what that is in the United States. That's what 6:45 GMT. But it's daylight savings at the moment, isn't it? In the US, and we don't have our daylight savings until the end of the month, which is the 30th. So, what is the time currently in Eastern time? It's 3:30. So, and they started at 5:45. So be starting once again at 3 p.m. Eastern in the US is what it will be. So, but yeah, like I said, be live for it. Be doing the watch alongs, doing the post shows, getting all the reaction. It's gonna be a lot of fun, and I think I'm really interested to see how well it does. Look at that! I tell you, who else is at the show, folks? You know who else is at the show? This is how it gets big time. Yeah, this gets very, very big time. For this goes to show how big just professional wrestling is probably at the moment. You know, wrestling it's big. People will always talk shit. You know, they always do. If you're a wrestling fan, yeah, when you were at school or whatever, you couldn't even really say that you were into it that much because people give you the look, go, oh, you do know it's not real, blah blah blah. Well, I tell you, this is just how popular things are at the moment in professional wrestling. The one of the guests at the show this evening in Barcelona in Spain is one of the most exciting football players on the planet right now. That's right, Lamine Yamal at the game, and he's got the Triple H point. He's got the Triple H point. Triple H says the future of FC Barcelona is brighter than ever. Enjoy the show, Lamine Yamal, watching Friday Night SmackDown. Wrestling popular. That's how it is. It was Barcelona hosted the 1992 Summer Olympics. After showing signs of Barcelona. If you haven't already, be sure to Dirty Dom. He's on Dirty Dom's on Wade Barrett's favorite dream team. As we're now seeing what happened last Friday. That segment between Bianca Belair and Naomi got a lot of flowers on social media, didn't it? A lot of positive reaction inside WWE as well. Very emotional promo segment with Bianca and Naomi. It was excellent. I tell you what was fantastic was the pod cameras. The cameras inside the pod were very good at Elimination Chamber. There was Naomi. course, Bianca Belair sets a challenge for the Women's World Championship at a WrestleMania. Jade. But Naomi don't like Jade. Oh, she was left pushed to the side. It was very clever designing. You had Bianca and Naomi dressed in black. And you had Jade Cargill dressed in white. Good versus bad. Heel versus babyface. Did you attack Jade? The answer was yes. She did it. But the question is, who gave the footage to Nick Aldis of Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez being in the vicinity at the time? Where did he acquire that footage from? That's the real question. Naomi's acting like Rikishi. You know what I mean? I did it for The Rock. I did it for Bianca. Called Bianca an ungrateful bitch. That's where you saw Jade Cargill appear. With a blood-stained outfit and attire. God, just threw Naomi all over the ringside area. And in the end, she got jaded. I wonder where they when and how they blow this feud off. Do they have a WrestleMania match? A Jade Cargill interview. Kathy Kelly asked how the months have been, where she's at physically and emotionally. Physically, she's okay. She's ready to go. After Elimination Chamber and SmackDown, as if she's the victim. How pathetic. That she needs to use anyone to get where she's going. Says, how's that working out for her right now? They're asking, how did she know that Naomi was the attacker? How did she know? It's a good question. All she can recall being hit from the back and being thrown on a car. Everything grew dark. Seeing Naomi run away. I'm telling you, I think it was Bianca, you know. She said someone attacked her from behind, and all she could see as things were going with dark was Naomi running away. And I mentioned they were both wearing black in that segment last week. I think it's Bianca's turning heel, you know. I think Bianca Belair wins the Women's World title at WrestleMania. She turns heel. Oh, she's interrupted by Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. She'd better be grateful they're holding the titles. Would have never held the title. She'll be seeing you next week. Just called Jade Cargill a loser idiot. Jade says this, isn't it? And walks off. There's B-Fab. Cutting a promo in Spanish. Says she hopes Charlotte hasn't slept on her. She's had to build her own legacy. That's just how it be. There comes B-Fab. Which means we've got the Queen in action. From Hall of Fame City, Ohio, is B-Fab. B-Fab and Charlotte Flair coming up next from SmackDown in Spain. As we see a Paul Heyman 2K25 advert. We're seeing the different storylines, different arenas. Roman Reigns involved in it as well. WWE 2K25. And the commercial, as we'll be right back. Dean says, is that a smaller ring? I think it is. Oh, man, don't even start with the small ring stuff again. That was so... Just, it was, that was such a tiresome thing, honestly. That's the side of wrestling at the moment that I just really just cannot be bothered with. I mean, I get it enough doing football content where there are legitimate teams, you know what I mean? So I can understand the tribalism there. But oh my God, like that whole thing. Oh, it's a smaller ring. I can't believe they're in a smaller ring. I can't believe they didn't ship their own ring over to Australia. And it was like, who cares? who genuinely cares either way? Like it was just so irrelevant, like completely irrelevant. And as far as like rings being smaller or what have you, I remember when they did the show in Scotland last year at WWE, and there was an issue with the ropes not being that tight. No one made a big deal about that at the time. No one made a big deal out of it. Even Damian Priest, he had the botch, but he got stuck in them. I think AJ Styles in the first match, he starts pulling them, going, I think they need tightening up. Like, it was just so not a thing. And a lot of these companies have smaller rings. WWE is known for having a bigger ring than most. So, yeah, it was just such a really weird thing. And then, like with everything, it just got like completely lost with misinformation as well. They never even planned to send the ring over, when it was like, but that was never the plan. The plan was always to use a local ring, in the same way that every company, if they tour internationally, they don't just ship the ring everywhere. They'll have rings that are local or in local countries because it's expensive to ship a ring. So, for instance, for WWE and all of these shows, they'll probably have 2, 3, 4 rings based around Europe. It's easier to ship it from just inside Europe, keep it inside Europe, as opposed to ship it from the United States to Europe. It's just it's a logistical headache that disappears. It's like, I don't know, it was just bizarre, absolutely bizarre. Like, for instance, when AEW did All In at Wembley Stadium for 2 years in a row, I think they used a local ring for that one. Nobody cared. Like, it's just nobody cared. I think it was people paying too much attention to sort of those social media accounts that just sort of farm for information. So if it's a smaller ring tonight, it doesn't matter, in the same way the AEW one didn't matter. And here comes Charlotte Flair. Here comes Charlotte Flair, the 2025 Women's Royal Rumble winner. Who don't let it be forgotten here. Don't let it be mistaken here. Someone who came back, won the Royal Rumble. She was going to be a babyface going into WrestleMania. Yeah, she was going to be a babyface Royal Rumble winner. And because everyone collectively went, oh, Charlotte Flair's come back to wins, going to win the title again. They were, right, turn a heel. We're going to have to, Tiffany Stratton, right, you're going to be babyface champion. Like, her thing was she was meant to be like babyface Flair, and just people were just like, no. And I'm still working with the thing that I don't know. I mean, obviously, look, she's been cleared to compete, but she has looked, when you just see her stand, like, she does still look a bit, maybe it's just me, I'm overthinking it, but she still does look like a bit light on that knee. Again, maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm overthinking that one. But she does still walk with a limp, I feel like. Like, you see her favorite. You saw this in the Rumble where she was, like, kind of favoring it. See her there walking around with it? She's still got a bit of a, I think, a noticeable... Yeah, she's definitely limping. She's definitely limping. Or was that just me? Like, that left leg looks pretty stiff. Bell rings. We're underway. Oh, yeah, says Charlotte isn't a believable babyface. Yeah, it's just never worked like that. She's a heel, you know. Works as a heel, and also she's over pushed, which crowds don't like people that are over pushed. Charlotte says, "Show me what you got, then." B-Fab has received credit backstage in WWE for working on her craft. Hits the ropes. Yeah, she's got a limp. Yeah, Lilio says, yeah, I see it too. I agree. She just walks around, doesn't look totally comfortable with that brace on. I mean, you know, obviously, look, it's not impossible to come back from a... I mean, her knee exploded. It wasn't just torn ACL. It was torn ACL, torn MCL, torn meniscus. Her knee literally was ripped in half. Like, major. And, you know, you start getting those knee braces on, you're like Stone Cold. I mean, the fact that Steve Austin had 2 knee braces on in his mid-30s is mental, by the way. Like, that is wild. Stone Cold Steve Austin had 2 knee braces and was nearly paralyzed by the time he was in his mid-30s. It's insane. Like, you forget Steve Austin retired when he's 38. For reference, CM Punk is in, like, his late 40s at the moment. Move by B-Fab, and Charlotte Flair kicks out at 1. SmackDown, I feel like we've only just got back from commercial. But at least we get to watch the match through the commercial. Of course, this is Charlotte's first singles match since late 2023. Oof, stomps to the back of B-Fab. And you also, I suppose, have to be careful when you're Charlotte that you don't... Oh, bridge. And now it's going to bridge. See, that's strength by Flair. Going for a backslide. Grabbing the hair. Oof. That pulls the hair. There you see the road to WrestleMania events. Brussels, Belgium, on Monday. John Cena's going to be there. I'm going to be live. Ooh, I can't wait for that one. I'm actually a bit gutted because this Monday I'll be live for Raw, but I won't be able to be live the following Monday. Oh, she just gave a middle finger. Charlotte Flair just gave a middle finger to the crowd. She just told the crowd that she's number one. Crowd are chanting F you, Charlotte. Oh, crossbody, and then Charlotte just fell over. But yeah, I won't be able to be live. This coming Monday for the Cena in Brussels one, I'll be live on a post show. I'll be live Friday for SmackDown, but I won't be live for the following Monday. I'm at an awards ceremony. Which means I've got to travel. Ugh. Oh, she just told the crowd. A bit of that. And now she's going that. God. Getting D-Generation Charlotte. As the crowd starts chanting F you, Charlotte. She has been bullying B-Fab, to say the least. Ah, she's copying Stephanie Vaquer. How dare you? Look at that as well. Once again, roll over. Big up Red Devils 99, one of our members, says, yo, Mr. Wrestling News 365. Yeah, big up. Appreciate you joining us. Terry says, can't rewatch that sit-down pile driver Owen did on Austin. I know. It's just, yeah, it's rough. Dean says, love the channel, Owen. Keep up, fella. Appreciate that. I thought that, Matt, as well, that she better watch that knee doing that. I mean, people forget, or don't realize what they don't realize how hard a ring canvas in. They're wooden slats. I mean, it's like that. If you've ever put knelt down on sort of wood flooring, I realize how much that hurts. Oh, B-Fab teeing off with some right hands. Keeps going. Well, Charlotte Flair just stood there, Charlotte Flair, and went, throw me in that corner. I mean, you can tell for a fact that B-Fab is a green worker and Charlotte Flair is absolutely guiding her through this match because B-Fab grabbed her and Charlotte Flair went, throw me there. Oh, big kick by B-Fab. Oh, Charlotte Flair floats over. Shades of the Nature Boy. Charlotte Flair's nodding her head. Oh, pump kick. 1, 2. Oh, and Charlotte Flair kicks out. Legs for days. Is that what the move's called, Wade Barrett? Look at that bang. Ooh. Charlotte Flair's nearly as bad at calling spots like Cena is at this point. I mean, she couldn't be any more obvious in calling spots, could she? Hip tog, hip drop. You know what I mean? Hip toss, drop down, drop kick. Natural selection. Oof. And Charlotte's going to probably go for a figure 8. There is the figure eight for the leverage, for the tap out, and for the win. Charlotte Flair victorious. And she's not releasing. She's refusing to release. The referees are coming out. They're trying to get her to break the hold. It's Tiffy time. Uh-oh. Here comes the women's champion. Oh, Tiffany Stratton went to roll in. She just ran into the ropes. Crowd are chanting Tiffy time. Charlotte Flair and Tiffany Stratton are brawling. Out comes security. Last security. Lost security. Look at this. I mean, look at the amount of security that's in the ring between these two. Go, Charlotte with them. What the hell is this? They're brawling in the corner. Why isn't there any female security? Oh, Charlotte Flair is now beating up the security. Oh, pulling out the legs. Petey Williams is there. So's Davari. Kenny Dykstra. Oh. Tiffany Stratton jumped off the steel step. She wiped everyone out. Crowd is still chanting Tiffany time. I think Charlotte Flair's running away. Charlotte Flair, she's on the announce desk. She's jumping on her. I mean, good grief. It's an elbow. Crowd chant, this is awesome. Charlotte Flair just stood up and said, what have you got, bitch? Uh-oh. Get ready. Get ready. Oh, my God. Tiffany Stratton set a senton from the top rope and took out everyone. And now she's ground and pounding on Charlotte. Good grief. Look at Charlotte Flair's face. My God. It's right in the middle of the camera. Wow, that was something, wasn't it? As you get a Drew McIntyre promo. Drew McIntyre talking about challenging for the World Heavyweight Championship. Of course, won the World Heavyweight title. 4 years in the making. Won the world title. Till CM Punk got involved. And Damian Priest cashed in. I know how he kind of feels, Drew McIntyre. There was a report that he wasn't exactly thrilled about facing Damian Priest at WrestleMania, saying it wasn't a big match, and he'd had really one of the best years of his career. And he was like, well, really, Damian Priest? He's kind of right. I mean, he won Money in the Bank. You forget he won it, and he cashed in the very same night. CM Punk got involved. It was Damian Priest who pinned him. KJ says, Owen, what do you mean by calling spots? Calling spots is when you're with your opponent, you basically say what you want them to do next or you want to do next. So, for instance, if me and you, KJ, we're next to each other, we're fighting, I might say, punch me, or I might go, kick me, or I might go, I don't know, watch the kick. I'll throw you into the corner and I'll put my leg up and you'll hit the kick. I'll go, I don't know, suplex. Because whilst they're in there, they're constantly talking. They're constantly communicating. WWE Tag Team Championship, of course, on the line later on tonight. DIY versus the Street Profits. Gold on the line in Barcelona. Well, we're about to get some must-see television. Which, of course, is Cody Rhodes on Miz TV. Miz TV, yep, still a thing. An international version of Miz TV. Be interesting to see indeed what happens with Cody this evening, won't it? If you haven't already, click the like button. We're 3 likes away from 40. Be sure to subscribe as well, bottom right-hand corner. WWE going to Tampa. Saturday night's main event. Monday Night Raw. NXT. John Cena was there. Oh, NXT Battleground as well, yes. At the Youngling Center. Of course, that was at one point was the Thunderdome for WWE back in the pandemic. The Thunderdome. You remember that? I went in that once. And then realized it was kind of pointless. I went in it for the first. I was in it for the first time they did it, which was SmackDown. I was in it for an episode of SmackDown, and it was just before SummerSlam. And I think the start of the show it was Vince McMahon, and out came the Fiend, Bray Wyatt. And watching it was cool, but I don't know if I ever actually appeared on the TV screens, whatever behind. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. But they had all of these problems, didn't they, as well? Because initially, like with any technology, it was like misused and people were putting up, all sorts of pictures on there. And then it just eventually it wasn't just the best viewing experience. And you would find like if you weren't reacting enough on the screens, they would just kick you out. So, for instance, they had this technology. I remember this actually as well, that if you started looking down, so let's say you went on your phone or whatever, and you weren't watching, they would just kick you out. Just kick you out. And be like, no, they're not watching the show. We need people that are going to be animated, that are going, ah. So, I think there's actually a video up on this channel. I think it was called like My Thunderdome Experience, I think. So that would have been 2020. In the early days of Wrestle News 365, I think the first video that I did on this channel was in like late 2019, maybe, which most likely was horrible and absolutely terrible and should never see the light of day ever. But, always grow, learn more. As we be back from commercial in about 30 seconds for SmackDown in Barcelona. CNM says, I haven't watched WWE in years. What's the biggest storyline going into Mania? It's John Cena. John Cena, it's John Cena's retirement year. He's challenging for the WWE Championship in the main event of WrestleMania against Cody Rhodes. But for the first time in over 2 decades, in over 20 years, John Cena's turned heel. He's a bad guy. He sold his soul to TKO board member, the final boss, The Rock. So big stuff happening as they're showing graphics of WrestleMania. Of course, I will be live for both nights of WrestleMania with post shows as well. Saying November 17th. This is AJ Styles defeated Jinder Mahal on SmackDown. Yeah, I remember this. Sponsored by Papa John's as well. I'm going to be honest, yeah. And I could, well, as now former fat man, used to be a fat man, not so much a fat man anymore. I know a thing or two about takeaway pizzas or deliverable pizzas. And I'm going to be honest, I think Papa John's is very overrated and expensive as well. Proper expensive, I will add. I think that what is good with Papa John's, they got good desserts. They do this like giant cookie, which is pretty nice. I don't mind that. It's massive. But I think the pizzas are a bit overrated, to be honest with you. That's just me. Oh, it's still kicking off. Look. Tiffany Stratton and Charlotte Flair. The Miz is trying to talk to the crowd, but they're still brawling. The brawls carry on. Chris says Papa John's is considered shit in the US. Yeah, I think it's overrated. Terry says Papa John's is whack. Domino's is the go. To be honest, I think Domino's. I mean, talk about expensive. The only way you can order a Domino's is when you got vouchers. There's a reason they're giving discounts on their app every time, isn't it? Oof! Charlotte Flair just threw Tiffany Stratton into the road case. I think, to be honest, the best pizzas are your kind of local joints. There'll be a local takeaway near you that probably does the best. What the hell is this? Oh, Tiffany Stratton, she's on top of the set. Don't do it. Oh, good grief. She just dove from the top of the set, from the top of the Titantron, onto Charlotte Flair. Oh, my God. And now she's just kicking Charlotte Flair in the head. Tiffany Stratton just dove off the top of the Titantron. Oh, my God. There's a new queen in town, she says. Miz, try and follow that. Good God. Miz TV. Yeah, Terry's right. Domino's is too expensive. Big up Red One says, "Owen, did you see Drew McIntyre cooking Tottenham?" I did. I couldn't find the link for the Man United one. I did look. I looked on the WWE shop website, couldn't find it. I looked on the Euro shop website, couldn't find it. I looked on Fanatics, couldn't find it. So if someone can actually find a link to that Man United WWE Championship, I'll have a look. But I couldn't find it. I could find almost every club apart from the Man United one, which is a bit disappointing. But I thought if there's anyone that needs to have a WWE Man United Championship, it's me. Well, here comes the undisputed WWE Champion, the American Nightmare. Cody Rhodes, John Cena. Main event of WrestleMania, of course. Listen to this crowd. Wow. Get ready for the woes. And all the pyro. The American Nightmare. As his black eye, magically healed from Raw on Monday. Because Raw on Monday, he still had the big black eye, and it'd be interesting, just in a few days, it's completely healed up. No, it's still kind of there. Still kind of there. From that Travis Scott slap/punch. Oh, the Miz banner, he's not letting the woe happen. Has it already been interrupted? Oh, look at this. Cody Rhodes attacking the Miz. Well, that was quick, wasn't it? Oh, good. To be fair, that's as good as the segment can go, I think. I didn't want to see a Miz TV segment, so I'm actually very happy with that. That ended that just exactly how I wanted that to end. Unless it's John Cena. Says he'll be there too. Cody's all business. And he definitely don't want to talk to Miz. I don't blame him. I wouldn't want to talk to the Miz either. That's not true. If the Miz does want to come on the channel and do an interview, we'll be open to it. Obviously. Raw Netflix Monday. I tell you, it's gonna be big. Gonna be very, very big. Shinsuke Nakamura. He just wants a rematch. You're lucky you're not suspended. Where is he? It's Damian Priest. Shinsuke Nakamura is there. He's having words. What's that? Well, we're going to be getting Damian Priest versus Shinsuke Nakamura, seems like. Indeed, looks like we're going to be getting. There is Damian Priest. The steam. The steam. SmackDown from Barcelona moves on. Oh, Monday. Cody, Sealer in the same building for the same time. Triple H even saying heel. That's a bit, isn't it? I don't know what I'll do as a heel. Oh. So Red Devils 99 says, how can he do that to the most must-see WWE champion ever? Exactly. Just he needs another level of respect, doesn't he? We're 5 likes away from 50. If you haven't already, click the like button. Be sure to subscribe as well whilst you're at it. Bottom right-hand corner. As we have Damian Priest versus Shinsuke Nakamura. How are we feeling about this episode of SmackDown thus far, by the way? Are we enjoying it? Do we not really care all that much? How are you feeling? But like, this is what I've been talking about recently. Honestly, like, the recent episodes of SmackDown have really not done that much for me at all. They've been quite bland. Raw is clearly the A show once more. Raw is clearly everyone's attention is on, Raw on Netflix. These sort of SmackDown shows are largely like, well, Cody's on it. Randy Orton now is back on it. Kevin Owens. It's a bit outside of all of that. Can be a bit flat, to say the least. But to be fair, I like the opening segment, the opening match. But yeah, they're a bit flat. And this is, I will be honest though, this is kind of what does worry me about these sort of road to WrestleMania shows. Is, look, it doesn't necessarily matter the quality of the show WWE puts on at the moment, because we are so starved for action, particularly TV taping, stuff that like legitimately has continuity in the major storylines and matters, that we'll just eat anything up. We'll cheer anything. We'll be loud. We'll be, whatever. We'll be like, oh yeah, mate, yeah. But like, because if you look at some of those premium live events that were in, say, Europe last year, like the Backlash or Clash at the Castle, what have you, like, they weren't great shows. The reason that people even remember those shows is because of the crowd. Otherwise, they were completely not memorable shows at all, because there was nothing going on at them. Like Bash in Berlin was the same. Where I was like, well, is there really that much going on? No, but it's just more about, you know what I mean? It's more about, wow, the crowd was good. That's all they got. What's this? What the hell was that? Oh, that was cryptic, wasn't it? That was very, very cryptic. Who the bloody hell was that? Oh, is that Ray Phoenix? I think that's Ray Phoenix, Hello, Ray Phoenix. It was Rey Fénix. Oh. Hey guys, I'll get this up on the screen for you. This is what we just saw. Da, 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 da. Let's have a look. There you go. This was the vignette that just popped up on the screen. It was that. Now that to me looks very Rey Fénix, isn't it? Would people agree? I think that's looking at the mask. That looks like Rey Fénix, isn't it? I'm feeling that's Rey Fénix. So does that mean Penta's on Raw, Rey Fénix is on SmackDown? Dun, 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 dun. Da, 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 da. Yeah, I think that is Rey Fénix. I see if we got if we can get a better look. Not really. There's Shinsuke Nakamura. If you just missed, we saw this, which is which looks to be Rey Fénix. Of course, we know that he's free and able to go to WWE. Shinsuke Nakamura, who now rivals The Undertaker for the longest entrance ever. I mean, to be fair, yeah, Red Devils is exactly Red Devil. You're right. You're exactly right. That's not Rey Fénix. It's Chad Gable. It's Chad Gable under the mask. That's exactly who it is. Collar and elbow type. Shinsuke backed into the corner. I mean, Nakamura's title reign, a total flop, let's be honest. Nothing happened in it. He only had, prior to him losing it, was it one title defense, which ended via disqualification, I think. Oh, ducks under. Nice by Nakamura there. Nice cartwheel by Nakamura. Works over the arm. That's a hammerlock. Oh, went for an elbow. Managed to get it around, and now he's in a side headlock. Is Damian Priest. Oh, look at that. Oh, thrust to the throat. And now some bad vibrations on Damian Priest's skull. Oh. Damian Priest now just teeing off on Shinsuke Nakamura. Oh, big uppercut. Irish whip into the corner. Oh, just a version of a flapjack by Damian Priest. Hits the ropes. Clothesline sends Nakamura over the top and to the outside. El Campeón. We're 3 likes away from 50. If you haven't already, click the like button. Let's see if we can get it to 50. Like I said, plenty of watch-alongs coming. Next big pay-per-view will be Dynasty. AEW Dynasty, which is on April 9th, I think. And then WrestleMania's April 19th and 20th. But of course, in between them, we've got a bunch of Raws, a bunch of SmackDowns. post shows. Priest. Oh, went for the splash in the corner. Oh, big kick. There goes Nakamura. Oh, big knee lift in the corner. Nakamura once again. There you go. Big kick, knee right to the sternum. Of course, we're currently in commercial break. It's currently Shinsuke Nakamura versus Damian Priest. Nakamura a week after losing his United States Championship to LA Knight, who we've already seen in action thus far in the opening match of the show. He was in a six-man tag team match that involved Jimmy Uso, Braun Strowman, defeating the Bloodlines, Solo Sikoa, Jacob Fatu, and Tamatonga. But that was after the match. We saw Jacob Fatu send Braun Strowman through the barricade. We've also seen Tiffany Stratton and Charlotte Flair a brawl for the majority of the show. So much so that Tiffany Stratton dived off the Titantron. Big forearm by Priest. We've also seen Cody Rhodes on Miz TV. Rhodes on Miz TV, which Rhodes attacked the Miz just without even the segment happening. Which, to be fair, is probably the best thing they could do. This match made after a backstage confrontation between the two earlier tonight in General Manager Nick Aldis's office. Oh, kick to the shin by Shin. Remember when Michael Cole, whenever he does Shinsuke Nakamura matches, they'll be in like insufferable because Michael Cole always goes, it's a great drop kick there by Shin. There you go. Oh, caught. And a flatliner by Damian Priest on Shin. Shin. Look at that. Caught. Damian Priest is a funny one because there are some online that just cannot stand him. They think that Triple H has got this weird sort of fetish with him and he's over pushed. I don't mind Damian Priest. I think Priest is a good promo. It was a bit unfortunate. He had some quite significant botches during his time as world champion, didn't he? Like when he got caught in the top rope, when he forgot to kick out against Seth Rollins. And then came out and did an interview, was like, well, I didn't forget to kick out. And it wasn't someone was meant to come out. It was something different. And everyone was like, well, what was it then? And he couldn't really explain. Nakamura's gone to the outside. Sends Nakamura onto the announce table. Priest, what's he thinking about here? Thinking about going old school, perhaps. Days of the Dead Man. Oh, a crossbody. Yeah, I tell you what, the crowd loves Damian Priest, no doubt about that. Oh, went for that big lariat. Nakamura. The hell is this? No, there he goes. Going for a cross arm breaker. But Priest clasping the fingers, preventing There you go. Cross arm breaker. Oh, big forearm. Oh, step up kick by Priest. Nakamura goes for it. And there you go. There's the big lariat. Turns Nakamura inside out. Red Devil's 99 says that kick up botch was funny, but I like Priest's title run more than Gunther's. I tell you what, I agree. I agree with you. This Gunther one's done nothing for me. But how's this? Look at that. Scottish Warrior. Drew McIntyre's there. A roll up. 2. Oh, kicks out. It was the worst roll up ever as well. Nakamura goes for the kick. Oof. Hits it. Gonna go for the Kinshasa. Uh-oh. South of heaven. Ah, oh, Nakamura gets it. It's disqualification because Drew McIntyre's attacked Damian Priest. And now, Drew McIntyre, he's going to set up for a Claymore, it looks like. Oh, look, here comes Damian Priest. Right hands. Uh-oh, south of heaven, maybe. Oh, thumbs in the eye. Eye gouge. Oh, Kinshasa by Shinsuke. Kinshasa by Shin. Look at Nakamura giving Drew McIntyre the eyes. Nakamura actually looks a little bit pissed off with Drew, and Drew looks a little bit of... Yeah, just gave Nakamura the eyes. Look at the crowd trying to see CM Punk. And look, Drew McIntyre attacking Damian Priest. And now a knocked out, a prone. Damian Priest is down, being attacked by Drew McIntyre. Damian Priest, oh, was nasty. Uh-oh, steel steps. Steel bang. God, this referee's gone mental. It's like, Drew, you're crazy. You can't do that. Crowd still chanting for Drew McIntyre. To be honest, it's kind of wild, isn't it? There was more security for Tiffany Stratton and Charlotte Flair than was for Drew McIntyre and Damian Priest. To be fair, I guess they all got taken out. Oh, Damian Priest getting back to his feet. Get ready. And a Claymore kick. And Drew McIntyre, it says he's going to make Damian Priest's life a living hell. And I tell you what, this is what you got to do to try and make you care about this, isn't it? I mean, let's be honest. Just beat the hell out of Damian Priest. And I suppose, I'll give him credit. Like I said, I didn't really care all that much about this. But in fairness, seeing that, I'll go, oh, fair enough. I can get into that, I suppose. DIY backstage. Master Jumper says he's going to answer her question with a question. Why is SmackDown the greatest division in all professional wrestling? Because they're up the top of the mountain, because they're trying to rise up to the level. Street Profits are the way they are because of DIY, but they're still not good enough. That's what they're saying. It says we want the smoking title matches. They want to choke. Best tag team in the world is DIY. How do you say moment of silence in Espanol? There's Motor City Machine Guns. They're being confronted by Sabin and Shelley. There's unfinished business between the four of them. Go get them. I guess tag team titles coming up next. Ah, there's the Viper. Listen to the reaction from that crowd. Well, coming up next, it's going to be Randy Orton versus Carmelo Hayes. It's Randy Orton versus Carmelo Hayes coming up next. I haven't seen any of this WWE LFG, so I cannot say whether it's good or not, but it looks quite interesting. I think it's kind of, I think it's a bit of a worked Tough Enough from what from the clips I've seen thus far. I don't know if anyone's able to, confirm that, but it's like, oh, they're aiming for a contract with NXT, but actually all of those guys are under contract with WWE anyway. They're, WWE NIL people, or they're just under a WWE developmental contract. So they're going to end up, on WWE NXT anyway. So yeah, so it's kind of, it's like anything with a reality show, isn't it? Like, there is no such, this is what, with reality shows in sort of the late 90s into 2000s, because it was in the name reality, there was this feeling of, oh, it's real, right? Because it says it's a reality show, therefore it's real. But there's no such thing. There is no such thing as a reality show, because it's not real. Reality shows can be scripted, or reality shows can still be overproduced. You can still be in control of a situation, even if there isn't a script. And when you find out how these kind of reality shows are put together, sometimes as well, they'll get someone saying something, half a sentence, and put that half a sentence with this other half of the sentence. It's called Frankenstein lines. That's what they're called, Frankenstein lines. And you put these sentences together. So it effectively says, I think that he is. And then later on in the episode, they'll be going, oh, a shit. They'll go, I think he's a shit. They go, oh, look at that guy. He's terrible. And you go, that was never said. So there's no such thing really of reality shows. I didn't mind the original Tough Enough, like the first season for like Maven and all that. It's aged terribly, obviously with the Hardcore Holly bullying stuff, and Kevin Dunn was on one of them as well, which was just frightening. And also there's a thing of John Morrison when he's doing John Morrison's trying out, and he goes like Kevin Dunn. He says something to the effect of, he's really good at running and jumping, athleticism and talking, and good looking and a great physique. which are all elements of what we do, but I'm not sure if he's got it. And you go, you've just said he's got it. You've just said he's got everything. What? So, yeah, they're interesting. My favorite thing from Tough Enough probably is Maven's original theme. His original theme was unbelievable. But it's like dubbed over in all of the WWE stuff now, which is annoying. As we see shots of Barcelona. And there, look, there he is. Lamine Yamal. Lamine Yamal on Netflix. Hey. Lamine Yamal. Hey. There's Chelsea Green. Women's United States champion, Chelsea Green. Secret Hervis. Secret Weapon, which is Alba Fire. Oh, there's Zelina Vega. Did she just call Zelina Vega Habanero? Piper Niven versus Zelina Vega. A rematch of the Queen's Crown tournament back in 2021. Uh-oh. Here comes the Viper. Listen to the crowd sing his song. The Viper, the apex predator, the legend killer. Do you know how wild it is that this guy had like spinal fusion surgery and he's off for 18 months. He comes back and he goes, yeah, I could do it for 10 more years. 10 more years. 10 more years. Spinal fusion. People don't come back from it. I mean, there's like a select few. I think Orton's had it and come back. I think Shawn Michaels had spinal fusion. That is no joke. She looks very sad. Randy Orton was just shaking hands with the most, like, sad little girl at ringside. She looked like she would rather be anywhere else, but at a SmackDown taping. I can't really blame her. See, 4 months ago, the pile driver. The pile driver on Randy Orton by Kevin Owens. When Randy Orton returned to Elimination Chamber. They saw the RKO. He was going to show that WWE's best punter is not Pat McAfee. You know what the closing sequence of WrestleMania match between them two is going to be? Kevin Owens is going to get a punt to the head, isn't he? That's happening. Randy Orton with a big pose. The classic Orton pose. As WrestleMania is presented by Snickers. I'll be honest, not a Snickers fan. I'm not. That was the chocolate bar. If I got it in my selection pack at Christmas, I had to swap it with one of my siblings because I'm not a Snickers fan. It's not just, that's not for me. I'm not a really big fan of nuts. I think that's probably why. I like almonds. That's about it. I have almonds every morning. And here comes his opponent, also known as him. Carmelo Hayes. It's a massive opportunity for Hayes, isn't it? And now look, Carmelo Hayes is now going over to that sad little girl. Be interesting to see how this one plans out. I mean, Randy was winning. You know, I don't think there's going to be this massive upset of Carmelo Hayes beats Randy Orton, but it should be a good match. And look at Randy Orton giving him the stare across the ring. Look at the difference in size. I mean, Randy Orton, you realize as well as the sort of get older that Randy Orton's a big guy. And, you know, when he first came in, he was considered not a huge guy. You know, Kimmy's offering out a handshake. Randy Orton's going, really? A handshake? Oh. He went like that. He said he knew it. Oh, what a shove to the... Oh, big uppercut by Randy Orton. It was a shove. Shoved him. It's not the wisest move, is it, by Carmelo Hayes? Look at this. And this is the crazy thing with Randy Orton. He's been around for so long and he's so over. He doesn't need to do anything. Like, he's getting huge pops by punches on the turnbuckle, punches. And get ready for the backdrop. Oh. Backdrop onto the announce table. And when you're that popular, when you're that over, you don't need to. This is when people say less is more. You don't need to do big moves. You don't need to do flips or whatever. All you have to do, you can do a punch. You can do an uppercut, get a big pop. Oof. Kick to the gut. Oh, and a thumb to the eye by Randy Orton. Oh, no, again. Oh, he broke it in half. It didn't really work out for Carmelo Hayes, that, did it? Randy Orton breaks up the count. Crowd continues to chant for Randy Orton. Orton gets back in the ring. Carmelo Hayes. Oh, drop toe hold. And Randy hung up on the middle rope onto his throat. Now Carmelo Hayes just with some shots across the shoulder blades. And again, hangs him up over the middle rope. Carmelo Hayes once again saying he's got nothing but net. Is Carmelo Hayes bleeding from his hand? Like maybe he'd cut his hand or something. Cover. Randy Orton kicks out at 1. 1 like away from 60 likes. If you haven't already, click the like button and be sure to subscribe as well. Oh, chop. Randy Orton takes a bump. And side headlock by Carmelo Hayes. As we wait to come back from commercial. The dreaded commercial. Kick to the gut by Carmelo Hayes. He's going to try and go for a suplex. I'm not sure he's going to be able. Yeah. Oh, went over. He's on a bit of a chop block. Oh, and a kick. Ooh, and Randy Orton kicks out. G41 says, "Oh, I heard voices in my head. They talked to me and said, come here and hit the like button." Good voices. There's good voices and there's bad voices. That was a good voice. Good voice. As the crowd are chanting, "Vamos, Randy." Oh, and a bit of it's a choke into a body scissors now by Carmelo Hayes on Randy Orton. Side headlock. Randy Orton gets back to his feet. Oh, knee to the gut. Randy Orton fires back. I mean, there is a huge size difference in this one, isn't there? Huge size difference. Oh, clothesline by Orton. Another clothesline. Ducks under. Here we go. Spinning slam. Vintage. I believe that's what they call vintage. Vintage Randy Orton. Vintage. And we're going to get trademark Orton draping DDT from the second rope. Oh, Carmelo Hayes. Oh, flicks him back. Springboard. Oh, wow. My goodness me. Oh, wow. He went for a springboard and he turned it into a power slam. I thought he nearly dropped him on his head for a second here. Look at this. Oh, what a catch. That was a heck of a catch by Randy Orton, wasn't it? Take 2 for Randy Orton. There's the draping DDT we were talking about. And the crowd chanting for Randy Orton, chanting for the RKO. Go, he's setting. Oh. And Carmelo Hayes gets out of the ring. He should have kept running. No, Randy Orton hung up over the top rope by Carmelo Hayes. And look, he looks even shocked by himself. He looks pleased with himself. Uh-oh. I think we're going to be getting nothing but net into an RKO, don't you? Nothing but net. Oh, jumps over. Uh-oh. Oh, kick to the knee. Springboard. Oh, wow. Look at that. It's a DDT. 1, 2. Oh, and Randy Orton just kicks out. Where the finish of this is either nothing but net into an RKO or it's springboard into an RKO. We're getting a impressive RKO finish, I think. That's where this one is going. Carmelo Hayes going to the top rope. Oh, big right hand by Randy Orton. Oof. Boos and yes. Oh, look at that. That was a stiff right hand. Get ready for a superplex. It's on the way. Superplex. Out of his father's playbook, Cowboy Bob Orton with the superplex. Crowd once again chanting for the RKO. Randy Orton, he's setting it up. RKO, nope, blocked. Oh, went for first 48. Oh, went for another first 48. There you go. Ah, oh, RKO, it's out of nowhere. And Lamine Yamal's got his phone out and he's smiling. And that is the 1, 2, 3. And I think Lamine Yamal might be impressed by Randy Orton. Randy Orton gets the win. Look at that. Now he puts out his hand. Oh, just... Oh, my God. What an RKO that was. He just pie-faced Randy Orton, and Randy Orton just RKO'd him to death. The crowd are chanting one more time. Oh, no, he's going to do the punt. He's going to do the punt. Oh, it's Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens is here and he's brawling with Randy Orton. First time we've seen Owens since Elimination Chamber. Oof. And now they're running away. Earlier this evening, this is when Braun Strowman was running over everyone at ringside. It's with Jacob Fatu when he went through the barricade. Good grief. Good grief, Jacob Fatu. They're saying now it's time to run the play. Listen to this promo. Had to dog walk him. I tell you what, Jacob Fatu. What a promo. Jacob Fatu, he can cut a promo, can't he? Whoa. Here comes Der Ring General. That's quite interesting. Gunther's come out. He's getting like no reaction. I tell you what, I thought he'd get more of a reaction than that. Pretty flat, isn't it? I thought, being, European, he'd have got a bit of a reaction. That was flatter than I anticipated. I thought Gunther get a big reaction. He didn't really, did he? But maybe that's just a consequence of a really dull title run, because that's what it has been, hasn't it? A very dull, not very noteworthy title run. His Intercontinental Championship run was way, way better. Someone said earlier on, Damian Priest one was better. Leo says that intermission jingle again. I have to, every time it comes on, I have to mute it because it will drive me insane. I cannot deal with that. I cannot deal with that elevator music. No, I will not. I will not listen to it. If I unmute it now, oh God, it reminds me of if you ever watched like a pay-per-view, like a WWE pay-per-view from Sky Box Office back in the day, and before it started, for the 50 minutes building up, there would just be like a screen. So it would be like, I would say, Backlash, and it would have all the information on there. And then there would just be this noise playing, and it'd be like, and really like generic music. And then it would just start. And then when the show ended, so if you stayed up late to watch it in the morning, you'd fallen asleep. You would wake up in the morning to this noise playing on this Sky Box Office landing screen of like, you'd be like, oh, yeah. It was just, yeah. It was a madness, an absolute madness. But yes. We'll be back very, very shortly. What's that? No, what is that? That's interested. For what was the for? I wonder what was the for? For what was the for? For is that just carrying on the Ray Phoenix stuff? Yeah, maybe you're right, Dean. That might be an Aleister Black thing. I think that might have been an Aleister Black thing, That felt a bit Aleister Blackish, didn't it? I think you're right, Dean. As Gunther says, Hala Madrid. Says you love Jey Uso. So we've got Rey Fenix and maybe Aleister Black. A Kid. He's the best wrestler in Spain. Yeah, I think that was Aleister Black. I wonder what the 4 means. It's Axiom. Did he just reveal who's under the mask as well? Is he allowed to do that? So we're getting Axiom, one half of the NXT Tag Team Champions, of course. So for those wondering what we had just seen on our screens, another teaser, another teaser. That's what we saw, which I agree. I think it's got something to do with an Aleister Black return. So all of the teasers by WWE this evening, all of the teasers indeed. Bell rings, we're underway. Of course, fresh off seeing Fraxium against the Hardys on NXT this week. The Hardy Boys in NXT. Unbelievable. So this evening already, we've got teasers for Rey Fenix and Aleister Black. Pretty interesting, isn't it? Big chop by Gunther. Oh, ducks. This crowd. This crowd's going crazy. My goodness. Gunther, a big Bayern Munich fan. Oh, look at this. An armbar over the top rope. What a chop. And they'll be back to commercial. Vamos Axiom is what they're saying. Vamos Axiom. Look at that, Gunther. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, forearm. Oof. And another one. Caught. And look at this, Boston Crab. Look at this, STF. STF locked in and out some elbows by Der General. Now he's grabbing at the face. Oh, what a chop by Gunther. Bloody Nora. Oof. It was nasty. Very nasty. Yeah, Wade Barrett's right. It is a record scratch move, isn't it? Oof, knee to the gut. Crowd once again. Trying in Vamos Axiom. A big stiff forearm again. Another one. And a stomp on the jaw of the NXT Tag Team Champion as we're about to come back from commercial. Oof. Gunther. Oh, is he trying to remove the mask? He's trying to remove the mask. You can't do that. He's trying to remove the mask. Oof. Drop kick to the knee. Look at this. Oof. Look at these forearms by Axiom. Went for a powerbomb, rolled through. Oh, caught the kick. Gunther. Oh, he was going for, I think, a version of a Falcon Arrow. Axiom. Small package. Oh, kicks out. Oh, look at that. Jumping knee. Axiom now got to go. Oh, look at that. Shotgun drop kick. And big power bomb. Stacks him up. Oh, kicks out. Well, that was a surprise. I don't think Gunther saw that one coming. Look at this. Power bomb. Stacks him up. Oh, kicks out. Oof. Axiom with a kick. Now where's he going for? Uh-oh. Maybe going for a Spanish fly. Oh, Gunther throws him off the top rope. Step up enziguri. Oof. He was going for a Frankensteiner caught. Uh-oh. Oh! turned it into a super Frankensteiner. Oh, super kick. 1, 2. Oh, Gunther kicks out. Golden ratio wasn't enough. Look at this. Oh. What a match. Well, now they've both kicked out each other's finishes, haven't they? Oh, what a chop by Gunther. Gunther's on his knees. He just chops Axiom down to size with a kick like that. Oof, once again. Oh, I was going for a look at this. Oh, he transitions out. Gonna go back in for another powerbomb. Oof. Another powerbomb. Oh, my word. And a big lariat. Shades of JBL. And another powerbomb. That's got to be it. 2. And Gunther gets the victory. Oof. What a match. I mean, that's what happens when you get an international crowd, a hometown wrestler, a home country wrestler. Oof. I mean, that was no joke. And now, Gunther, look at this. Sour grapes. Sleeper hold locked in. That's how he put out Jey Uso on Raw. Spain's Axiom is being choked out by the World Heavyweight Champion there. The World Heavyweight Champion holds up the championship, of course, set to face Jey Uso at WrestleMania. A date with Destiny, Jey Uso versus Gunther. WrestleMania in Las Vegas, Saturday, April 19th, Sunday, April 20th. Of course, we're seeing highlights of that steel cage match inside Madison Square Garden, where Roman Reigns interfered. He actually made Seth Rollins win the match. But the wise man was with CM Punk in the ring. That led to Punk getting attacked. Paul Heyman will be joining us next. That's an exciting one, isn't it? Paul Heyman on the way. As we're seeing some WWEshop.com adverts. If you haven't already, click the like button. Be sure to subscribe as well whilst you're at it. As we get closer and closer to 20K. That'll be a big milestone for this channel to get to 20K. So if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe and click that notification bell too. Oh, God, it's this thing again. Got to mute it. Got to mute it. You've got to mute it. You can't. We can't have that theme playing again. Just we can't. Just no, not again. Not that intermission theme again. It's too much, too far. Can't handle it. No, thank you. But next up, we're going to have Paul Heyman out. If you are just joining us, we've had quite a lot go on so far this evening. We've had Braun Strowman go through a barricade. We've had Tiffany Stratton dive off the Titantron. We've had Cody Rhodes take out The Miz. What else have we had? We've had a brilliant match between Gunther and Spain's own Axiom, one after the NXT Tag Team Champions. The main event is going to be for, I think, the WWE Tag Team Championship, which is DIY defending against the Street Profits. Up next, we've got Paul Heyman set to come out to explain what happened at Raw on Monday. Roman Reigns' return, attacking Seth Rollins. Actually, meaning Seth Rollins won the match because he pulled him out of the cage. But then Paul Heyman was consoling his former CM Punk guy, his former, what was it? I mean, CM Punk, he wasn't an advocate for CM Punk. He was just, I don't know, CM Punk's friend. So he was talking to him in the ring, and that pissed off Roman Reigns. So Roman Reigns attacked CM Punk inside of the steel cage. So we build more and more quickly, don't we, until to WrestleMania, and that most likely that triple threat match. That's the direction I think that we're going in with that one. So I mean, that's not going to get confirmed tonight, but although I do know that he has CM Punk has been advertised for some for some SmackDown shows. So we will see Punk on SmackDown on this road to WrestleMania. Indeed. We're 2 likes away from 70 likes, by the way, guys. If you haven't already, click the like button, see if we can get it to 70 likes. Be also sure to subscribe as well, as we will be back from commercial shortly. 15 seconds. We will return. Back from commercial shortly, so we don't have to hear this theme song again. Good grief. As we see as CM Punk, we're seeing highlights of this match. I mean, it was a brutal match. It was a really good steel cage match, to be fair. I very much enjoyed the steel cage match, it must be said. It was excellent. And it was the story that they told when it came to, about, they both didn't want to walk out, when it comes to CM Punk, they don't walk out, that kind of thing. It was, I thought it was a very good steel cage match, it must be said. I mean, they kicked out of a bunch of different finishes, didn't they? A super stomp. It was Roman Reigns, yes. Big up to everyone. Let's click the like button. We hit 70 likes. Excellent stuff. I'm seeing these highlights of Reigns being furious to see his wise man, Paul Heyman, talking to Punk. I tell you what, if we get a CM Punk Paul Heyman entrance again, I will love it. I will love it. I can't lie. How can you not? Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman. A visionary. Short and sweet, he says. Today, It's officially Roman Reigns Day. WWE 2K25 is out today. Let's keep the Reigns high during his segments. So some people have a problem. That's Roman Reigns Day. Roman Reigns is on the cover of the 2K video game. Best friend is the best in the world, CM Punk. Crowd chants for CM Punk. It won't be Seth freaking Rollins Day. Paul Heyman says, I hate that. I hate that song. Says, if anyone has a problem, then you can say it to the face of the tribal chief in Bologna, Italy. Next week, the tribal chief Can he say that? Can he say that? So it's not like Mussolini's not going to let him through the border. You going to go there? I don't know. No prediction, that's a spoiler. Wow. What's the favor? That is a good question. What is the favor? Next week is Bologna, Italy. I'll be doing a watch along and a post show for that one as well. And Roman Reigns will be back. The OTC will be live. As we see the Street Profits. There's Legado del Fantasma. So they didn't have a problem. They had to wish him luck in the title match. Nothing more than to take the title off you. Are the Street Profits baby faces or heel at this point? I actually don't know. I don't know if they were, if they're baby faces or heels at this point. I'm a bit confused. They want the smoke. Here come the Street Profits. I mean, the fact that this is the main event says to me title change. I might be wrong, but this feels to me like title change. Could be wrong, but that's what I feel like. The aftermath. This is going to be about Backlash, I think, isn't it? Will be deafening. Yeah, Backlash is going to St. Louis. Backlash, St. Louis, Saturday, May 10th. We'll be doing a watch along on a post show for that one too. Yes, we'll be doing that. Oh, honestly, that advert music is rough, isn't it? That advert music is proper rough, proper rough. Ugh. Yeah, gotta try and still try to do our best to avoid that one. Ugh. What we made of this show, of course, this is the main event. It's been okay, hasn't it? I mean, I'll save it for the post show because we'll really get into it in the post show. But this was kind of my concern a little bit going into tonight's show. When I saw what the lineup was, I did kind of think to myself, again, these European shows, like the crowd's great and the crowd loves everything. They always will love everything. But in terms of like an overall show, I'm coming out of it going, it's all right. They've had some good matches. Good match, but nothing that really doesn't feel like anything's really progressed that much this evening, doesn't it? Nothing's really progressed. It's a good show in the sense you've got some good matches, but nothing's progressed. I don't feel any further forward towards WrestleMania. If anything, I feel like it's a case of they just told me to wait for Monday. I feel like it all really kicks off and gets going with Cena in Brussels on Monday. I think that's really sort of the big thing. But this is what I was saying. This is what SmackDown's been like for the last ever since it really moved to 3 hours. This is what it has been like, which is just like really flat. It's just been largely quite flat for a few months, really. We're nearly at 75 likes, which is awesome. Matty says crowd are getting tired. I think so. And I think also that they kind of peaked with that Gunther Axiom match, and they've got, even they, as hyped up as they've been, I think they've realised this isn't a very good show, is it? This isn't the best. This isn't the best show that I've ever seen. Doesn't feel very. I'll tell you what, things are heating up. We're WrestleMania season. Things are heating up. It doesn't feel like that. Doesn't really feel like things are massively heating up. But like I said, I think Monday's Raw will be a big one. As we're back from commercial. Randy Orton vs. Carmelo Hayes was TV match, wasn't it? You know what I mean? Just kind of standard TV match. Look, there's Gunther sitting next to Jimmy Uso. Have some things in common. This is the more mature one. I did. I mean, let's be honest. I think that Gunther Axiom match will probably be better than the Gunther Jey Uso match at WrestleMania. Let's be honest. I mean, Jey Uso versus Jimmy Uso was the worst match of WrestleMania weekend last year, wasn't it? It genuinely was. At WrestleMania, Ring General drops rank and will drop the World Heavyweight Championship. He says he tried. He really did. And here come the WWE Tag Team Champions, DIY. Their second reign as WWE Tag Team Champions. As they hold their titles high. Remember when Tommaso Ciampa came to the main roster and he was like the Miz's friend for a while? That was such a bizarre pairing, wasn't it? He came to the main roster after being in NXT and being like, I don't want to leave NXT. Then it was like, well, you either have to leave NXT or be fired. So he came to the main roster and he was like, right, you're going to be like friends with the Miz. It's like, okay. So the WWE Tag Team Championships are on the line. Bell rings. We are underway. Collar now we're tie up, and Tommaso Ciampa gets to the ropes, so the hold has to be broken. And a kick to the knee. Of course, Pretty Deadly, the number one contenders. They became the number one contenders last week. Dawkins, oh, look at that. Straight right hand. Wow. That was a straight right hand, wasn't it? Oh, beautiful drop kick by Montez Ford. Nice little double team. Ciampa rolls to the outside of the ring. I tell you what, Montez Ford looks to be in unbelievable shape, doesn't he? My goodness me. Oh, Dawkins, big right hand. Now look at these stomps by Ciampa. Woof. Look at that. Oh, big elbow. Gargano over the top. Shoulder to the gut. There you go. Oh, caught. A beautiful throw. In comes Montez Ford. Whoa, he went for a crossbody. He nearly missed. Landed on the head of Johnny Gargano. Of course, Pretty Deadly watching on. Oh, big right hand. Skips over. Look at that. Big kick. Oh. Ford pushed off the apron, lands on the barricade. Titles on the line as they head to another commercial, of course. Wouldn't be a show without them. As crowd continues to chant Johnny Wrestling. Colton says this doesn't feel like a top match. Oh, let's be honest, I think Matty said it earlier on. Crowd, I think, are a bit tired. And let's be honest, it just hasn't been an amazing show. Like, it just hasn't been. It's just felt quite flat at points. It just felt very like a lot of filler, because that's 3 hours. A 3-hour show, you're filling time. You're largely filling time. Now, you obviously, look, you'll have some points where you'll have some good matches. It's like the 3-hour Raws for a decade, wasn't it? 3-hour Raws for a decade. You had some good episodes, or you had some episodes where you go, that was a really good match, but it was really difficult to have a really, really good episode because there was a lot of filler. There was stuff in there where you just go, well, that just felt not important. And that's kind of what we've got now with SmackDown. Johnny Gargano taunting Angelo Dawkins. Now look at these kicks to the gut by Johnny Gargano. Oh, big chop. Big up Rich in the chat says, big up Owen. Is it the matches or the Barca crowd tame? No, I tell you what, the Barca crowd, to be fair, have been red hot. At the start of the show, they were for the Axiom match. I think it's just the matches. It's the matches, and it's been a long show. I think it was sucked the life out of some of this Barca crowd. I think that's definitely part of it. Oh, Gargano pulls the leg from Montez Ford. Oh, maybe going to go for an air raid crash. Oh, he's going for it. Oh, air raid crash from the second rope. Oh, Montez Ford kicks out. Rich says, okay, fair enough. Sounds quiet. It's definitely quiet. Definitely quiet. It's not just you. I think that's the, like I said, some of the matches have kind of sucked the life out of it. And also, they did a lot of big stuff early in this. You know, when you start off with going through a barricade, Tiffany Stratton jumped off the Titantron at one point. You know, they kind of, like, Cody Rhodes was at the top of the second hour, or going into the second hour. Yeah. I mean, Paul Heyman came out and basically went, Roman Reigns isn't here, and left. So that didn't get a great reaction. So really, in terms of, like, you know, big stars, main event stars, you had Cody there and you had Randy Orton there. Kind of it, really, like the sort of big names. I think maybe the most noteworthy stuff, we got teasers for Rey Fenix and Malachi Black. Oh, leapfrog by Dawkins. And a big reverse elbow. Flapjack. And he did a Sue. And spinning splash in the corner with a jump up enziguri kick. Oh, and Tommaso Ciampa kicks out. I'm surprised at the reaction it got with the Cristiano stuff. Oh, look at that. Brilliant move. Oh, and Ciampa kicks out. Pretty deadly. Still watching backstage. That has a very small tie. That one of them was wearing. Oh, 450, but the knees are up. Oh, shatter machine. Oh, broken up by Angelo Dawkins. Oh, big elbow. Step up enziguri by Angelo Dawkins. Super kick by Gargano. Or backflip. And a jumping kick by Montez Ford. Oh, jumping knee right to the face of Gargano. As the WWE Tag Team Championships on the line still. 3 likes away from 80. If you haven't already, click the like button. Oof. That barricade. Oof. I've seen a lot of action this evening. It's Jacob Fatu. Put Braun Strowman for it. Oh, wow. It went for a DDT. Gargano, but that sort of spear, and Dawkins caught him. That was amazing. Is this going to be the moment? Doomsday blockbuster. No. Oh, kick to the face. And another one, kick to the gut. Montez Ford, what a dive. Now, is this going to be the moment? I mentioned I thought we were going to get new tag team champions. There you go. There's the blockbuster. 1, 2. Oh, broken up by Tommaso Ciampa. I tell you what, all 4 men have worked their behinds off, haven't they? No doubt about that. They've worked as hard as they possibly can. Ciampa goes over the top rope. Tag, in comes Dawkins. Oh, wow, look at that knee. Oh, went for a swanton, he missed. Oh, knee. Oh, kicks out. Oh, miscommunication. Montez Ford, frog splash. It's going to be it. 1, 2, 3. And we got new tag team champions. I mean, you could tell you were going to get, new tag champions, couldn't you? When it was the main event, you thought that's where we're going to go. New tag team champions. Oh, the pyro's going off. And there you go. That is the episode of Friday Night SmackDown from Spain, from Barcelona, from Spain. And we'll be doing the post show very, very shortly. We're just making it public right now. So if you haven't already, click the like button. Be sure to subscribe. You actually will be redirected there, so you won't have to go anywhere or anything like that. So we'll see you in a few seconds. Appreciate everyone that's tuned in. Click the like button on the way out if you haven't already. Subscribe, and I'll be back with the post show very, very shortly. I'm out of here. Peace.